My beloved child, a conversation took place recently that nobody expected would become so important. Your soulmate's family gathered together, and somehow the discussion slowly turned toward you. At first, it was just a few simple questions and casual opinions. But then one person mentioned your name, and the entire atmosphere changed. Suddenly everyone had something to say. Some spoke with curiosity, some with surprise, and others with a seriousness that caught everyone off guard. Don't skip, because what happened next was far from ordinary. Everyone immediately paid attention because this person rarely shared personal opinions. They looked around the room and spoke words that made several people pause. They said that sometimes a person enters someone's life for a reason that cannot be explained immediately. The room became quiet. Some family members exchanged surprised glances. Others simply listened. Then another relative shared observations about how much your soulmate had changed recently. They noticed a different energy, a different attitude, and moments of happiness that seemed connected to thoughts of you. Don't skip. The discussion was no longer casual. It had become something much deeper, and every new detail seemed to confirm that something important was unfolding behind the scenes. Then came the revelation that nobody saw coming. A family member confessed that they had once been unsure about you, but after watching everything carefully, their opinion had completely changed. That statement shocked the room. One by one, others began admitting that they too had started seeing things differently. Questions turned into understanding. Doubts slowly faded away. And before the gathering ended, a powerful statement was made that left everyone thinking long after the meeting was over. Nobody could stop talking about what had been said. Don't skip, because the most unbelievable part of this story is still ahead. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happened after that family gathering may change everything. A surprising detail surfaced after the gathering ended. Long after everyone had left the room, a few family members continued discussing you privately. They could not stop thinking about the conversation they had just witnessed. The more they reflected on it, the more unusual everything seemed. One relative even admitted that they had entered the gathering expecting the discussion to go in a completely different direction. Instead, they found themselves defending you and speaking positively about your role in your soulmate's life. Don't skip, because what happened next changed the mood completely. A question was asked that nobody had dared to ask earlier. The room grew quiet again as people carefully considered their answers. What followed was a series of responses that surprised even those who had known your soulmate for years. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then someone revealed a small secret they had been keeping. They explained that your soulmate had mentioned you far more often than anyone realized. Not directly, not openly, but through little comments, unexpected smiles, and moments of distraction whenever certain topics came up. Suddenly, many things started making sense. Family members began connecting pieces they had ignored before. They remembered conversations, reactions, and expressions that now seemed meaningful. One person even admitted they had never seen your soulmate become so thoughtful about another person. Don't skip. The discussion became more emotional with every passing minute. People who once had questions were now becoming curious in a completely different way. Instead of wondering whether you mattered, they were beginning to wonder just how important you truly were. As the night continued, one final statement left everyone speechless. A family member looked around and said that sometimes the most important people enter your life quietly, long before anyone realizes how significant they are. Nobody argued. Nobody interrupted. The silence itself felt like agreement. In that moment, the entire conversation seemed to reach a conclusion that nobody expected when the gathering first began. Yet there was still one thing nobody knew: the biggest truth had not been revealed yet. Don't skip, because the next chapter uncovers a discovery that will make everything discussed so far seem small. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the story is only getting more unbelievable from here. What happened the following day was even more unexpected. The family gathering was supposed to be over, yet the conversation about you refused to end. Messages were exchanged. Phone calls were made. And somehow, your name continued appearing in discussions that had nothing to do with the original meeting. One family member became curious and decided to ask your soulmate a direct question. The answer they received was not what they expected. Instead of giving a simple response, your soulmate became unusually quiet. That silence spoke louder than words. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes a surprising turn. The relative immediately sensed that there were emotions being hidden beneath the surface. Emotions that had been growing for much longer than anyone realized. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Meanwhile, another family member began sharing observations nobody had heard before. They recalled moments when your soulmate seemed lost in thought, moments when their mood changed after hearing certain news, and moments when they appeared hopeful for reasons they could not explain. At the time, those details seemed meaningless. Now they felt like clues. One by one, people started piecing together a story that had been unfolding quietly for months. The more they talked, the clearer the picture became. Don't skip. What shocked everyone most was not what they discovered about you, it was what they discovered about your soulmate. They realized that your presence had influenced decisions, emotions, and dreams in ways nobody had fully understood. The realization spread through the family like a wave, leaving everyone wondering what would happen next. Then came a moment nobody in that family will forget. A respected relative, someone known for being practical and careful with their words, finally spoke. They said that sometimes life places a person in your path before the right timing arrives. The room fell silent as those words settled into everyone's mind. No one argued. No one dismissed the idea. In fact, several family members quietly agreed. That single statement changed the entire tone of the conversation. Suddenly, people were no longer focused on doubts or questions. They were focused on possibilities. Don't skip, because the next revelation is the one that truly shocked the family. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what someone secretly confessed afterward may change everything you thought you knew about this connection. What was confessed afterward left the entire family stunned. It happened during a quiet moment when most people thought the discussion was finally over. Out of nowhere, one relative admitted they had been paying close attention to your soulmate for a long time. They revealed that whenever the future was mentioned, there was always one topic that seemed to capture your soulmate's full attention. Whenever your name entered a conversation, even briefly, something changed in their expression. It was subtle, but impossible to ignore once noticed. Don't skip, because this revelation opened a door nobody expected. Family members began replaying old memories in their minds. They remembered moments that suddenly carried a completely different meaning. Things they once overlooked now felt like pieces of a much larger story. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. As everyone reflected on these discoveries, another surprising truth emerged. A family member shared that they had recently asked your soulmate a question about happiness. The answer was short, but it stayed with them. Your soulmate spoke about wanting something real, something genuine, something that felt destined rather than forced. Those words echoed through the discussion. The family realized they were no longer talking about a passing interest or a temporary feeling. They were talking about something that had quietly grown stronger over time. Don't skip. The atmosphere became emotional as people began understanding the depth of what had been hidden. Some family members exchanged knowing glances. Others simply sat in silence, absorbing everything they had learned. With every passing minute, the picture became clearer, and the conclusion became harder to ignore. Then came the moment that changed everything. One person stood up and made a statement so unexpected that the room fell completely silent. They said that sometimes the most important chapter of a person's life begins long before anyone recognizes it. Those words lingered in the air. Nobody rushed to respond because deep down, everyone felt the truth behind them. In that moment, the family stopped debating and started believing. Yet even after such a powerful realization, one final piece of the puzzle remained hidden. Don't skip, because the next revelation is the one nobody saw coming. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what is about to be uncovered will make every conversation, every observation, and every surprising discovery feel like it was leading to this exact moment. A few days after that unforgettable gathering, something happened that nobody could explain. The family thought the discussion about you had finally ended, but instead, it seemed to grow even stronger. Every time they gathered, even for completely unrelated reasons, your name somehow found its way back into the conversation. One relative finally pointed it out, saying it was strange how often everyone kept returning to the same subject. The room became quiet because they all realized it was true. Don't skip, because what happened next surprised everyone. A family member shared that they had recently spoken with your soulmate and noticed a level of excitement they had not seen in a very long time. It was not the kind of excitement that comes and goes. It felt deeper, more meaningful, and impossible to hide. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. Then another revelation emerged. Someone admitted they had once believed that your soulmate would never open their heart this deeply. They thought your soulmate had become too cautious, too guarded, and too focused on other things. Yet everything they were seeing now told a completely different story. Little signs were appearing everywhere. Small changes in attitude. Unexpected moments of hope. A new sense of purpose that seemed to grow stronger with every passing day. Don't skip. The family began comparing their observations, and what they discovered was remarkable. Despite speaking separately and noticing different things, they had all reached the same conclusion. Something important was changing inside your soulmate, and that change seemed connected to thoughts of you. The realization sent a wave of surprise through everyone involved. But the most unbelievable moment arrived when one family member revealed a private conversation they had never shared before. According to them, your soulmate had spoken about the future in a way they had never done previously. There was confidence in their voice. There was certainty in their words. And most importantly, there was a feeling that they were finally seeing a path forward that truly mattered to them. The room fell silent once again as everyone absorbed this information. Suddenly, every discussion, every observation, and every surprising clue began fitting together. Don't skip, because the biggest discovery is still ahead. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what the family uncovers next will leave them questioning whether this connection is far more significant than they ever imagined. What the family uncovered next completely changed the direction of every conversation they had been having. It started when an unexpected detail came to light, something so small that it had gone unnoticed for a long time. A relative pointed out that whenever plans for the future were discussed, your soulmate seemed unusually focused. Not distracted. Not uncertain. Focused. The more they thought about it, the more they realized this change had been happening gradually. Don't skip, because this is where everything becomes even more surprising. One family member admitted that they had never seen your soulmate show this level of determination before. It was as if a new chapter had quietly begun, and only now were people starting to recognize it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. As the discussion continued, old assumptions began falling apart. People who once believed they understood exactly what your soulmate wanted started questioning everything. They remembered conversations from months ago and noticed how different things felt now. There was a new confidence, a new energy, and a new sense of direction. Then someone shared a memory that instantly captured everyone's attention. They recalled a moment when your soulmate spoke about finding a connection that felt genuine and lasting. At the time, nobody thought much about it. Now those words seemed more important than ever. Don't skip. The family realized that many clues had been right in front of them all along. They simply had not connected them until now. One by one, the pieces started fitting together, creating a picture that was becoming impossible to ignore. Then came the realization that left the room completely silent. A respected family member finally said what many others had been thinking but had not spoken aloud. They believed that the story unfolding was much bigger than anyone had first imagined. The reaction was immediate. Nobody laughed. Nobody disagreed. Instead, everyone sat quietly, reflecting on everything they had learned. For the first time, the family seemed united in their understanding that something meaningful was taking shape. Yet one final truth remained hidden. Don't skip, because the next revelation is the one that shocked even the people closest to your soulmate. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what happens next may become the most unforgettable moment of this entire story. What happened next was the moment nobody in the family was prepared for. After weeks of conversations, observations, and unexpected discoveries, someone finally decided to speak openly about what everyone had been quietly thinking. The room was calm, yet there was a feeling that something important was about to be revealed. Then a family member shared a detail they had kept to themselves for a long time. They explained that they had noticed your soulmate becoming more hopeful whenever the future was discussed. Not just hopeful, different. There was a sense of excitement that seemed impossible to hide. Don't skip, because what came out after that changed everything. As they continued speaking, other relatives began nodding in agreement. They had noticed the same thing but never realized others had seen it too. Suddenly, what seemed like isolated observations became a shared understanding. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The conversation grew even more intense when another relative revealed something unexpected. They admitted that they had once been skeptical about the entire situation. They believed the family was reading too much into small details. But over time, their opinion had completely changed. The reason shocked everyone. According to them, the changes in your soulmate were simply too obvious to ignore anymore. The confidence, the optimism, the way they spoke about tomorrow. It all pointed towards something meaningful. Don't skip. For a few moments, nobody spoke. Everyone was reflecting on the same realization. The clues had been there all along. Every conversation, every smile, every thoughtful pause had been leading to this understanding. The family was no longer searching for answers. They were beginning to accept what was right in front of them. Then came the statement that left the entire room speechless. One of the most respected voices in the family quietly said that some connections enter a person's life for a reason greater than coincidence. The silence that followed was powerful. Nobody rushed to respond because those words seemed to capture everything they had been feeling. In that moment, the family stopped focusing on uncertainty and started focusing on possibility. Yet even after such a powerful realization, one final surprise remained hidden. Don't skip, because the last chapter contains the revelation that nobody saw coming. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what is about to be uncovered may become the most unbelievable part of this entire story.